What is up, guys? Flossy Missiles here. In today's video, I'm gonna be showing off my new 1984 Volkswagen Westfalia. So yesterday at work, I saw this baby get posted up on Facebook, super cheap. Sent the guy some money right away, deposit for it, and yeah, picked it up the same night. Also gave me a ton of extra parts, but let's take a walk around on the van. It hasn't ran since '97, so it's been off the road longer than it's been on the road, and it's in pretty rough shape. I'm not gonna lie at all. The interior is all like ripped out of it, so we had to throw it all back in. He was originally gonna do some body work on the side of it, never got around to it or something like that. And so yeah, as you can see, it's been smacked right there in the rear, but nothing like too terrible. I'm kind of bummed out he ripped it apart, because I kind of would have just left the ratty look and ran it. Here's the bad one right here. I think they must have, I don't know, like had a pole wrapped, I don't know. It's such a unique shape. It's right here, and it's like from here to here is good, and just one section it's like must have been a pole or something. Kind of has a cat pee smell, which I'm not the fondest of, obviously. Oh yeah, it's stinky. I can't wait to like see what we actually have here. It's got the key. It even has the original title, which is pretty crazy. There is no motor in it, as you can see. There's a transmission hanging by a ratchet strap. He took the motor out because, well, I don't know, something happened to it or whatever. He bought it. The guy that I got from an auction. But he actually went ahead and got a replacement engine that he knows runs and drives. And it was funny. I was like, where'd you get the engine from? He's like, there's this guy in San Diego. Da, da, da. I'm like, and I know the guy he's talking about because I buy a lot of Volkswagen parts. I'm like, oh, okay, sweet. I know the guy. I know he's got some good stuff, and he wants to sell junk. And also, there's the whole side of the van in case I want to fix that sheet metal on the side. There's that rear piece in case I want to fix that. There's a rear hatch, and there's some extra seats. Those seats are pretty roached, but the headrests are good on and stuff like that. But yeah, it's crazy to see the whole side of a van he cut off. So he had big plans for this thing, obviously, and didn't end up working out. So now I got it. I got it for $3,000. I don't know if I mentioned that. It seems like a lot for a beat up old Westie like this, but nowadays they're selling for so much that that's actually a deal, believe it or not. I'm gonna go ahead and rip out the whole interior, or whatever's loose in there right now, and we'll see exactly what we got and where I should go from there. Because I'm like, do I get it running again? Do I like swap the motor back into it and do all that kind of stuff, or do I part it out? Because in parts it's worth actually a lot of money. So like the full Westie interior, the kitchenette, and all the stuff for the interior, I could probably get around like 2,500, 2,000-ish. And then if I cut the roof off of it and sell the pop top with the whole metal roof and all that stuff, I could probably get around 2,000 for that as well. And then basically the rest of the stuff was free at that point, because that's, you know, whatever, 4,500 bucks. But I don't know. I'm always like, dang, I kind of want to save it. And the cool thing about this thing is there's like no rust on this thing at all. So vans always rust right here. And right here, bone dry, literally bone dry. Anywhere around the windows, it's all rust free pretty much. There's usually rust right here in these floors. I mean, I gotta pull that up obviously, but yeah, it looks super rust free. He even bought a bunch of tune-up parts for it, which I thought was really funny. So he genuinely thought he was gonna get this thing going and just never got around to it or whatever, but I'm really interested. Just look at that, there's no whatever it's called, skylight. But like I said, I'm gonna rip all this crap out right now, and we'll see. This has been open too. I wonder how it's probably been open for like years. But we're gonna see what we got. Moving right along, making pretty good progress. Found a little bit of a stash someone had here at some point. Not much left in there, but also, man, this really shows how long this thing's been sitting for. Pogs and slammers for sale sign, and some other stuff for sale, but pretty funny stuff, man. Yeah, I'm pretty much just waiting right now for someone, I don't know who, to help me move these two motors out, because I can't do it by myself. It's actually not that bad to move a Volkswagen motor when they still have their exhaust systems on, because you can just grab them by the exhaust. And then I'm going to set them up there. This thing was jam-packed full of stuff everywhere. But yeah, that's what I'm waiting for right now. And I'm gonna try to vacuum out as much of this stuff as I can and get it smelling better. Right now it does smell like cat pee slash poop, so it's not the funnest to work in. I think there's a cat turd over here. Oh yeah, it's right there. That is so disgusting. So yeah, that's what I'm working with over here. We'll try to get this thing looking okay though. I was going through the whole van looking for nuts and bolts before I start vacuuming. I got quite a few. So hopefully that's all the nuts and bolts to put all the cabinetry back together and to put the motor in, which I kinda doubt because things get lost, and I don't even know what those nuts and bolts are for. I don't even know if they're for this van or what they're for, but I always do that, try to collect them all, not vacuum them up. Also thought this was funny, I found an old newspaper in here and I'm looking at these ads, I'm like, 72 Vegas, 700 bucks, cab over camper, 700 bucks. A bunch of cool cars. 73 Pontiac Grand Am, 350 bucks. I'm like, dang, this is from 91. I guess the collector car market wasn't as hot back then. I guess they weren't even collector cars maybe back then. So with that quick vacuum, it actually turned out pretty good. Well, I wouldn't say good, but a lot better than it was. It was just full of junk, dirt, crud, I don't even know. I'm gonna hit it with some Simple Green. I'm not trying to get this thing super clean right now, just I wanted it clean enough to where when I'm working on it I can get in and out of it without like just being totally disgusting and covered in like grime. And so yeah, I'm gonna clean up like all the components like up here, like the wheel and everything I'm gonna be touching kind of, and I might just wipe down the stuff just for the heck of it anyways. But I'm not gonna do like a super detailed job until I know like this bus is going to be running. Need to focus on the big things first. It is the next day now and I have the van pulled into the shop. I'm kind of going through everything. I got everything organized, like what needs to go back on the van. All kinds of extra parts were in this thing. So yeah, you can see tons of vacuum lines and plug wires. And I don't even know if some of the stuff is for this particular Volkswagen. But yeah, just kind of get everything ready to go. Here's some more parts over here. Tried to go through all the nuts and bolts and find, organize some stuff and find out which ones go with the engine, which was kind of a pain. There's all the interior stuff. Yeah, clean this up, that up a little bit, and clean that up a little bit. But the main job today is getting an engine in this thing. So this is supposedly the good engine. Wait a second. This is the bad engine. Yeah, no head on it. See those two pistons right there? This is the good engine. So I'm gonna be swapping all the accessories like the distributor, the alternator, the throttle body, just like everything basically that this one's missing. I'm gonna be swapping it over. I also found this interesting. I've never seen this on a Vanagon before. Oh, let me get out of the, causing a shadow. This is a remanufactured engine by Volkswagen. So I thought that was pretty cool. But yeah, it's gonna be kind of a daunting task of swapping everything over. I hate doing engine stuff. I hate doing greasy stuff. But get it swapped into here. I borrowed this jack from Eric so I can just jack it up and then do the whole thing. I'm actually thinking about cutting this section off right here since I'm going to be replacing it with that section right there anyways. It'd sure make installation a lot easier. But I don't know if there's any spots I can't get to from the backside after it's already installed, so I guess we'll see what happens. I went to go drain the tank. Dude, can you guys see that on video? That is like syrup. It's not draining out, it's like literally like, I don't know if you guys can tell because the camera won't focus, but there you go. That is like syrup. It is like not draining out. That's just a little thing that came out, but holy crap, I can't even believe it. This stuff's nasty. Look at it. Wow. I'm guessing I'm gonna have to drop the tank, which I hate doing. With a passion. In other news though, the engine is about ready to go in. Oh, I went ahead and checked the fuel pump when I was down there. Fuel pump is bad, but I got the spare one right here. But yeah, engine's about ready to go in. Brand new clutch installed. Look at that. Everything's pretty much done except for I'm missing 2 fuel lines still because I ran out of fuel line. But yeah, everything is on it. I swapped the alternator over, the distributor, bunch of little parts, bunch of vacuum pieces I've installed. Yeah, so hopefully this thing runs. Doesn't have an exhaust on it, which sucks because those cats are expensive. This one was rear-ended, so it has a cat, but it's smashed up. Yeah, put a new throw-out bearing on the transmission, and I cleaned up some wiring. As you can see, there's like random, you know, typical Volkswagen stuff plugged in, non-Volkswagen stuff, I guess. And yeah, I'm still just trying to get it all prepped out. There we go, we got a little bit of flow, but look at the big syrupy piece. I wish the camera would focus on that, the glob. Oh my gosh, yeah, so I got the air hose trying to blow it out, but man, not much is coming out, and it's so like thick. I was gonna try to buy some 110 octane to put in the gas tank, and hopefully that'd clean up, not clean up, but it'd, when it dilutes from how dirty it is, it'd be like equal out octane wise. I don't know, maybe I'm crazy, but I just poured a little bit of regular gas in there, and look how dirty it's coming out still. So yeah, it's still coming out like super muddy, dirty, varnishy, whatever. And so, man, I don't know how much gas I should dump in here and try to run through this tank, or if I should just drop it. It's just such a pain to do the whole dropping the gas tank thing, because then it's like you might as well do all the seals, but if I gotta do those seals, I gotta wait for 2 weeks to get it from Go Westy. It's a snowball effect. So now the tank's been sitting for about, I don't know, 12 hours with some vinegar in it, and I'm gonna take off the fuel line right now and let it all come out. Hopefully that remedies it enough. I got the tank pretty clean now. It's a little bit of discoloration when I pour gas in there and it comes out the other side, but I don't think it's horrible. I think I'll run an extra fuel filter. That's what I'll do for the first however long, and then I'll change both of them after, who knows, maybe 2 tanks of gas or something. Anyways, I got the engine completely prepped, which I think you guys have already seen, but it's completely prepped out and ready to go. And I originally was thinking, I was like, I'm just gonna cut this section out because it's so tweaked, and you can see that super high point right there, and it's just mangled. And since I have this replacement section over here, I was gonna weld this in and call it a day. But then I started thinking about it, I was like, that's actually like a crazy amount of work for kind of just like a beater bus. I don't know if it's worth my time, because that's a lot of welding I gotta do. So now the new plan is I'm gonna weld this plate right here with this nut on it, and then I'll be able to yank on it with this eyelet hole right here with my winch on my trailer. So that's the plan, at least. I don't know if it's gonna work out that way, but I'm gonna try to pull this out, because you can see this is about 1 inch higher than that would be right there. Look down there. I don't know if you guys can tell, but yeah, it's pushed in, and when it pushed in, it raised it. I'm also gonna go ahead and grab on this ratchet strap right here and pull this, because you can see it's bowed in a couple inches as well. Yeah, I was really gonna just replace that whole section, but I'm like, this isn't a super nice bus to begin with. I don't know if I should spend that much time. So I think I'm just gonna straighten it out, get it to where this closes, because this doesn't even close right now. The hatch does not close. And then call it a day from there. I have no idea if those welds are gonna hold or not. I'm kind of doubting it right now. Probably should have put more meat on there. But I got a wireless winch remote. We're gonna see what happens. Let me chalk up the wheels better. I can see the bus moving already. Oh my gosh. I just pulled so much out. Let me get a better angle for you guys. I actually just pulled a ton out, if you can tell already. Watch this. Jeez Louise. Okay. This is working better than I thought. Can you guys see the movement on that? It's like watching it come back into place. This is amazing. All right, let's do some more. Oh my gosh, that is awesome. It is like, I can't even believe it's so much better. I think with the tension on, I'm gonna hit this with a hammer up here and weld another piece on right here and pull it. That came out so good. Wow. Yeah, let me go grab a hammer. The hatch on this thing wouldn't even close before. Let's go ahead and try it out right now. Oh yeah. It closes. For sure. Yes. a little tweaked on this side still, but it does close. Huh. This is gonna get tweaked. Yeah, that thing's gonna get tweaked. This is actually pretty thick piece of metal, this middle part, but this is like just sheet metal. Do I tweak it or do I not tweak it? I'll tweak it. Oh yeah, this is coming out too, big time. Oh my gosh. This is looking awesome, but I'm scared this one's gonna snap. Voila! That's probably going to be good for that one. Might have to bust out the big hammer for that, but I can straighten that all out. So the hatch shuts and that's great and everything, but we're still looking about a 1/4 inch high on this side compared to that side. So I went ahead and welded some more plates on with some more nuts. I wish I had more of these eyelets, but I actually went to Ace Hardware right now. They didn't have any. Anyways, I'm gonna yank on these a little bit more, do a little more evenly, and just try to get this as flat as possible, just like this side. And we'll see if we can bring down that 1/4 inch to make it completely level. Come on, Van, stay. Yay! Okay, so we are about dead even. It's almost perfect. Well, not looks wise, but height wise and all that stuff. I mean, it does look amazing compared to how it looked before. That side, how nice it is. This is the side that's been fixed. But yeah, a million times better. Even the bottom isn't that bad. A lot of stuff I can kind of tweak and fix. And then obviously the spots that I have bare metal are rusty like that. I'll just toss some of this beige looking paint on it and it'll look a-okay for a driver. Not a show car, not a show van, like that. And so yeah, I'm stoked I went ahead and did that instead of just lobbing off the whole piece like I wanted to do originally. I just hooked a battery up to this thing to see, I don't know what would happen. And that speaker hit there is an alarm. Check this out. I need to pick up a battery because the battery I have does not work, so I'll probably have to run to AutoZone a little bit and grab one. But I can't wait. I gotta throw this engine in. So basically all they did is zip tie everything up out of the way, except for those coolant lines. I'd probably move those. I could probably do those if big enough though. But yeah, like I said, I zip tied everything up and out of the way. I jacked it up on both sides. There's the motor. This is a little lift that Eric let me borrow. Thank you, Eric. And yeah, we're gonna see if we can get this thing stabbed in here and bolted up to that tranny. Camera died. It basically took me probably 45 minutes to slide this thing into place and get it bolted up to the transmission. I had to get the angles just right on the engine and transmission. It's actually probably easier to put them in together, but I didn't. Anyways, it looks like I'm missing heat shield. I can't find any heat shield in any of the parts that I have that he gave me. So yeah, I'm missing a heat shield on this side. I have the one on this side. It's just a little bit mangled. And it looks like everything else appears to be there. I went ahead and backed up my other 84, and so I can use this one for reference. See how they routed wiring and stuff like that. And yeah, so basically, yeah, I just gotta plug everything in and plumb everything, fill up the coolant, oil, all that jazz, and we will see if this thing kicks. I installed the battery that I still had on my primary van. I put the key in the ignition, got this hooked up to the alternator and to the starter. Hey, and it turns over. I don't have the coil hooked up, don't worry. I'm just letting it build up some oil pressure because it's been sitting for so long. Everything seems to be good. Is that a water leak up there maybe? Oh crap. That's not good. Look how much gas is dripping out of that fuel rail right there. Jeez. Okay. Oh my gosh, yeah. Alright, yeah, I gotta fix that. I gotta fix that, and then we will see where we go from there. But geez, that is... I wonder where it's coming out of. Oh my gosh. That is pouring out, like literally right on the exhaust. Oh, I should have said this too. Filled it up with oil, new oil filter, put water in it. Fluids are good. So the design of Vanagon fuel injectors really do suck because, as you can see, the rubber is like crimped onto the injector itself, and this rubber is all cracked and beat up. And so you basically have to get your injectors rebuilt to get new rubber for the injectors. These are some other ones that I had. These are not in good shape either, but I'm gonna throw them on. Hopefully they don't leak, so at least we can try to see if this motor's any good or not. Place these two fuel lines right here, so we should be good to go. Hopefully no more leaking. I ended up using the original injectors because you could actually take those ones off. I put the air box in and the airflow meter. Hooked a timing light up to it. Got my engine jumper thingy all set up. I decided I'm gonna go ahead and go full send and put this exhaust on it. This exhaust is just so janky. It's like a cherry bomb or something. It's not the original muffler, and it was hit. The guy was rear-ended. So it's all, look at those crappy welds anyways, but it's all jankified. I'm gonna go ahead and straighten it out a little bit and then bust out the welder and weld her up again. Install it on the vehicle. New gasket, that's kind of cool. And we'll try to get this thing somewhat legit. Looks like that cat's doing a lot. See through it? Nothing inside this thing. Cat's bolted up just temporarily, and the muffler's bolted up temporarily. Actually kind of fit pretty good right there, but got all those dookie welds first off. I'll focus on them. And then also, I need to fill that gap with a piece of pipe or something. It's really janky already, so I'm not too worried about jankifying it even more. I mean, yeah. So we'll see what I got right now and we'll weld something up. Okay, here's my solution. This little piece of crap pipe right here. This pipe pretty worked itself. This is a little piece I had. I'm gonna go ahead and put it right in there somehow and just get all globular with my welder. Got the exhaust all on. This print's ready to fire. I'm gonna turn the key in it right now and we'll see if this thing will start up. The last time it ran was 1997. So we'll see what happens. I'm sure the timing's gonna be way off because this motor didn't come with a distributor. So I put the distributor in there. So I got a timing light hooked up. But we'll see.
So Josh is gonna try to start his van.
Where's my engine start button? There it is. Okay. Clear. Looking good. It is fuel injected though.
Oh, there it is.
Oh snap!
Yeah.
You messed with the timing a little bit. Okay, it's about an hour later. I had to mess with the distributor again, but I got it to huff and puff, and I think it is ready to start. Robbie's gonna film it too. Okay, here we go.
Setting up his camera.
Oh yeah,
Look at that.
almost started. Well, you guys can see it's running and idling. It has a tick to it, hopefully not a knock, hopefully it's a tick, and then hopefully that'll go away. We'll sort all the other issues and time this thing later. But that's when we're wrapped up for today's video. If you liked today's video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and subscribe to see more car content. Thank you so much for watching.